everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing good. Now we are going to learn about some of the advanced concepts of pandas, which is rolling and expanding, and few more are there. We will talk about it, and let us start without delay. So what is rolling and expanding and how beneficial this is for our data sets? So basically rolling and expanding are used for time series data where you need some frequency of data at that time. And you need the average, moving average, and some regular interval average, regular window average. In those cases, this rolling and expanding is needed. And most of the cases where you need, the average for weekly, then average for monthly. In that case, you can set up a window, right? Here it's all about Windows concepts. If you want weekly, then you can set up a window of 7 days. And you can get the average of all the weeks of that year, of that month, of the 6 months of your, like that you can get it. So, but here I have shown that example with some other data set because I have not covered pandas date time series. And we will see that in our upcoming video. But let us understand this. And this is just for understanding. It is not going to be used much. But however, I am going to show you how we can use rolling and expanding in our date time series. So let us understand that. So you can see, guys, let me load my dataset. Okay, I have already loaded my dataset. Is student.csv I have taken. And let me run my pandas and numpy libraries. Then after that, what I did, I have taken the student CSV where my student data will be available, where it is ID, name, class, mark, and gender. Okay. Let me get the head of it. So I got the head of all those things. Now we will see few concepts of rolling window, how it works. So rolling basically is working with window. Even expanding will also work with windows only. So what my rolling window function does, it will allow you to perform calculations over a specific window. Either it's of series or it's of data frame, and mostly I said that it is useful and beneficial for time series data. And how we can analyze or like how we can use this and what is the sequential operational process of this. First, you have to define a window. In that window, you will specify the size of window, like it's an integer value. You have to pass an integer value. You need to pass window equal to 3, equal to 4, equal to 7, like that. And then after that, you need to slide the window. First define the window, then slide the window. This window slides across the data one observation at a time, or one window at a time it will do. And it will slide the window, like it will just come one data after another and it will give you the output based on that. Apply function. After that, either you want average. Average means we are needing mean here, right? Average or sum or max, mean, like that you can get it. Then we will see now one example where we will add a 3-period rolling mean. Let us see that. So I am getting mean of my marks, where you can see I have students data. In that I have a mark column. Okay, I need mean of that, and my window period should be 3, and this is how you can achieve it. Look, so you can see that I have passed my mark, and I am applying my rolling method here. So dot rolling, I am passing window equal to 3. Here this is the keyword you have to pass, window equal to 3, and it is going to work in that specific window and it will slide over the data. Okay, then after that I need average, so I am getting mean. I am using dot mean. So this is how we can use your rolling. Okay. Now let me see what is the output I am getting. Okay. So if you see that the first data is coming NN, the second data is coming NN, that means it does not have that window specific. That is why this is coming NN, because it After 3 only it is going to calculate, right? So after that it started with this. So here what is happening? It has taken these 3 values, whatever 3 values which we have. Let me just scroll it above. So it has taken 75, 85, then 55. It has added up and it has got the average by dividing by 3 and it got it here in this place. And after that, what it has done, let me take this, the whiteboard it will be. Okay, full data. So you can see I have 75, 85, 55. I will show you some 2-3 windows. It will be easier for you to catch. Okay, 60, 55, 78, 85, 78. So what is happening? First window, this is my first window. So in short, we are calling this as a moving average because it's not stagnant average. Right? We are getting average and that's it. Done. It is like a moving average. In a particular window, it is moving till end of the window. Right? So you can see for this one, I got 75 plus 85 plus 55 divided by 3. Got this output. Then my window will shift here and it will come here. Then my output will be 85 plus 55 plus 60 divided by 3. Then again my window will come here and it will be here. So my output will be 55, 55, 55 plus 60 plus 60 divided by. So like this, it will give you the output. Again, my window will come here. Again, my window will come here. It will dramatic. Then my window will come here. So it will just shift to one point and it will give you the mean of that. So this is the output you are seeing. And it will do for overall, like what is the length of your data set, it will do till that. There, I have again, like see here I have calculated my mean. Now I want my sum of that. So how can I get it? Again, the window will be same, window equal to 4. This is how we can achieve my window period. Then after that, again, I'm using my aggregation function here, which is sum. Just change this to sum. So now let us see what is the output I'm getting. It is the same concept, guys. It is the same concept where I'm taking. See, first, as my window period is changed, right? Now my this data, like up to 3, it is not going to give me any output because there is no specific elements to add up, right? Because window means it will start at 4th place. It will not start at 1st, 2nd or 3rd, right? So you can see my 4th place it started, and you can see the, again, let me go whiteboard. So here what exactly is happening? Sum. Again, it has taken these 4 elements first. Then it has added it up. Plus 75 plus 85 plus 55 plus 60. Why these things, moving average is beneficial guys, because stock data, right? In stock market, the data are always getting changed. Like in every second, that data is getting changed, and it is very beneficial, or it is very easy to achieve it by using this method. That's why they have invented this concept. And like, yeah, if we have some other requirements as well, there also we can use this. But yeah, the fact is that again, the window will shift here from 85 to 60, then 55 to again another 55, like that. So like that, you can calculate the sum, guys, here, and the same output I'm getting here. The same, you will add it up, these output will be coming like that. Then I'm getting max. Okay, again 3 period max. This is the same one. Again, some aggregation method I have used. So I'm getting max here. And here you can see I have used my windows equal to 3, window equal to 3, and the dot max I've used. If I'm running this, I'm getting the max. Again, if I'll go to the whiteboard, so again, if I'll look for max right here, what is happening? First, I'll take 75, 85, and 50. Bundled it, right? This is a window. What is the max value here? 80. So the same thing you should be able to see 80. Again, next window will come here. Is 85, 55, and 60. So it will just shift to one data point and it will calculate it. Here my maximum value is 85. So I got the same thing there. So this is how the calculation proceeding, right? This is how the calculation happens. Then I have something called expanding. Expanding means what, guys? Here we are doing it with a window. Expanding means it is not based on window. It will just start from first. And basically this expanding is useful for getting cumulative sum or cumulative average or cumulative mean, like that. All cumulation, like how cumulation works, guys. Let me just give a brief idea about it. So if you have a data like this, 1, 5, 6, and 7. If this is your data set, okay. So my cumulation, what it will do? First, it will give me 1. Then it will add 1 plus 2. Then in the third, it will add 1 plus 2 plus 3. Then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Like that, it will continue. So same thing is happening here. First is giving me 75. So let me see whether, let me get the data here. Data dot head. So in the first example, if you see here, I have 75. Then next it is coming 75 plus 85, which is 160. Then 75 plus 85. 75 plus 85 plus 55, 250. 75 plus 85 plus 55 plus 60, 170. So like that, output or it is helpful for getting you the cumulation of data, right? And here I am getting sum, and same way I can get the mean. Again, mean is same thing, guys. So we will just take these three. First it will take 75. 75 will be there. Then 75 plus 85 divided by 2. I'm getting, because 160 is the output, here I'm getting 80, right? It's dividing by 2. And we have these three values again. This window, 75 plus 85 plus 55 divided by 3. I'm getting 71. So this is helpful. This is helpful to treat each element. It is not going to get window. It is direct value which you get. So yeah, again here I have taken mean value. So you can see mean value again I'm getting here. each, like on each, uh, when it is going one after another, or like it is that group getting the mean. So basically here, what exactly mean and max, how it is calculating. Consider this data set only. So here, first mean will be 1 by, then 1 and 2 will take, but which is the minimum value? It is 1. Then 1, 2, 3, which is the minimum value, like that is going to give you. However, here you would see, first it is 70, 75, right? Yeah, 75. Then 75, 85, it is 75 again. Then 75, 85 and 55. The mean value is changed here, right? It's 85 now. You can see. Like that it is going to be calculated there. Similarly, max is the same thing. Out the same similar fashion, the max is being calculated. 75, first it will, there is no mean, it will print like that. Then 75 and 85, 85 is the greater. 75, 85 and 55, 85 is the greater. Like that it is going to calculate. Okay. Then we have something called exponentially moving average. And exponential moving average is helpful in case of, you will see our machine learning, right? Exponential moving average is getting calculated in case of, when the data is really, not in a regular pattern, in a not a good fashion or something. So to standardize them and to scale them, and you can see here it is helping to reduce noise. We have something in deep learning also, noise, and highlight significant patterns by averaging data points. So it is helpful for normalizing and standardizing the data. Okay, so this is again one more concept why I have told you about this thing, because we will see how, because there are so many ways we can standardize the data and normalize the data. This is one of the way. Again here, so in rolling we saw window equal to 3, right? Here we are seeing span equal to 3. So here we are saying that for a span or for a window of period, here we are saying span of period 3. Adjust equal to false and dot mean. I'm getting mean. So let me see that what is output. You can see here it is just calculating exponentially all these values, and if I'm doing equal to true, it is just again exponentially it is calculating. It's an exponential method. This is how it is calculated. Exponentially it is calculated. So yeah, this is how we have completed our rolling and expanding. Well, that is all for now. We will cover further topics on pandas in our upcoming videos. Till that time, see you. Bye. Take care. Start subscribing, like, share your comments, share your valuable feedback, and see you. Bye.